What's up, everybody? It's your boy CJ here, back again with another classic shows review. I believe so, yeah. Today's video is about My Wife and Kids. A very, okay, it's not too classic, but yeah, I enjoyed the show. You know what I'm saying? Main characters, you got Michael, you got Junior, which Michael Junior, but they call him Junior. You got Jay, you got Claire, you got Katie, you got Franklin Aloysius Mumford, which he ends up crushing on Katie, and they become what you could say a couple in a way, not like that, but he likes her. You know what I'm saying? Then you got Honest Tony Jeffers, which is the episode. I'll talk about the episodes, but his first name is revealed to be Honest, and the whole time we thought it was Tony. Um, you got you got Vanessa, which is Junior's wife, towards like one episode. Then you got her parents, Calvin and Jasmine. Then you got the people that work with Michael in his truck shop. You got other miscellaneous people, but going into the episodes, um, one episode I remember is when Junior's parents had went to go to they went to go see an opera, and Junior was home alone. Cause I think Katie and Claire, I think Katie went to go spend the night with I think Franklin, I don't remember. But basically he called Vanessa, you know what I'm saying? Cause he home alone, didn't know what to do. He was like, you know what? Hit up Vanessa and tell her, what you ain't got anything planned. You know what I'm saying? She comes over, and then and they end up doing things that, well, they didn't have sex yet, but when they was getting there, when they when they was because it was in the living room first. I know they was eating something called it was beans and it was hot beans and some and a popsicle. And basically, basically what they'll do is like eat the beans, which is very hot, and then cool it down with the popsicle. And then Vanessa asked him, how did you come up with this invention or something like that? He was like, well, I had a pop. No, he said I was eating some hot beans and it was so hot. And then Katie had a popsicle. He grabbed a popsicle and cooled it down, cooled his mouth down. Then he took her upstairs to go show him his toilet. I think it's like his comic toilet paper roll thing. And I think the slogan he has like something that you like to do with something that you have to do, something like that. And then he ended up he was about to started kissing her, but his room was messed up. So she basically he took her into his parents' room, and they ended up he told her he loved her, and they had sex. His parents came home, ran up to the room, and they got caught. Then you got the next episode, which is it's like a two-part episode, I think. Michael kicked him out, kicked him out the house. He was living in the yard in the tent. Then you have, I think, at the end of that episode, it was revealed that Vanessa was pregnant. And then cause first they ended up the episode when they said and they told, cause his parents came in and was like, what's going on? Cause they gave I think Junior a trip to I think another place to take like a vacation, something like that, and he decided not to go because Vanessa was pregnant. Vanessa was cast with two different people. You have Megan Good, I believe so. Yeah, Megan Good was the first one, and then the next episode, continuing off of that, saying she was pregnant, it was another chick. I don't know her name. Um, then you got episodes like, you got also Tony was cast as two people. You have that first dude. No. I think Tony was two. He was the same person, but I think different names or something like that. I think. Yeah, 'cause I think the same person, cause he was as someone else, and then that same person then became Tony. You know what I'm saying? He was young during like the first couple of seasons, like season one, I believe so, and then he became Tony, that same dude. I think his first name was I don't know his name, but other episodes with this dude named E40, and his name he had a name. His name was E40 because he can drink. No, my bad. It was 10 easy. No, I think 10 easy. I think 1040 easy. Yeah, I think 1040 easy because he could drink 1040s real easy. Claire was dating him for that episode because of the fact that Michael said he liked Tony, and based off how girls think It'd be like, well, my dad like my boyfriend, I'm gonna dump him and get a dude that he doesn't like because I guess girls wants to do that to their, to do that to their father. So he did that. Tony was crying, like he was like, he said, "What I'm gonna do, Mr. Kyle? I can't eat, I can't sleep. I just keep thinking about her." You know what I'm saying? He was slapping him and stuff, and then when Ten Easy came in there, he was like, "Jose!" That was funny. He just like ran out of the room, and then all that stuff. Then Michael tried to use it against her by acting like he liked him, but that didn't work out. And then Michael decided to help out Tony, trying to like make him look more cool and stuff like that. And then eventually cause Ten Easy was talking, he was being rude to Claire, and then Claire decided, you know what, I don't want a boyfriend like that. Dumped him and then went back to Tony. And then they stayed dating throughout the rest of the season. You got one episode where it's like episode where I think they was gonna have sex. Well, there is one episode where it was that Claire and Tony was a possibility that they was going to have sex, and then when Michael and Jay when Michael and Jay found out that they was going to have sex, they was basically trying to do all of their power to prevent them from doing that. Like Michael had Tony sit down in a chair, put his hands on the table, smack his hands real hard with a book, and then take a lemon and squish and then squirt in his eye and tell him that's the feeling of sex. But then it backfired because Tony was talking about, wait a minute, what's his feeling? Hey man, Mr. Kyle, you gotta try that. Squirt in his face. Hands on the table, bam. Then it backfired on him. And then they went to, I think, a whole, wait a minute. Yeah. I think it was like 2 different episodes where like they was going to a hotel, but when Tony was gonna reach for the condoms, I think no, he was putting his book away. There was a Bible sitting on the table, and that was kind of confused because it was either that I think all hotels actually have a Bible, and then I guess Tony was like, you know what, we shouldn't do it. And I know it was one episode where I think Claire and Tony was going to hump Canyon, like hump man, like the little. I think it's like on make out point, but they called it hump. And apparently, Claire tricked Michael by her father, you would say whatever, by the way thinking that because he ended up driving up there, caught Claire in the car by herself, but she tricked him, and she called her Claire's signature moment because she already dropped off Tony. And Michael, he always does it to his kids where he does his own Michael Kyle's signature moments. There was one episode where Claire, she was wearing very sexual clothing, where she had her skirt was very short, and she had a shirt that was like off the side, like she was showing her shoulder like that. Well, not directly like that, but it was like her shirt was like to the point showing her shoulder, and on the shirt it says "Got Milk." And like Tony was acting crazy. Well, he was acting crazy, but in the way he was like, it's just basically her sex appeal. He was going crazy, he was going nuts. You know what I'm saying? To the point where I think she went into the refrigerator and she was bending over, and Tony was like, he was like, and then like Tony was like, can I just get a glass of milk? I felt like he asked for like some water, and it was something like that, and she said, well, we got this, turned around, got milk. He was like, you know what I'm saying, like, and then she went to go get a banana, and she was bending over to get the banana right in front of him, and he was like about to like grab her butt, but he's like, no, okay, she had a banana in her hand, she peeling it back, and I think when she broke it off, when she broke the banana, he ended up jumping out his chair, and then she was like, what's wrong, Tommy? You acting funny. So I'm like, well, it's getting hard for me too. You know what I'm saying? Because basically, he was getting turned on just without her actually doing anything, just her sexual appeal. And then he eventually made her no, here's one thing. She also took a bite of her strawberry and was gonna give it to him. He was like, he was going to eat it, but he didn't. And then eventually he made her wear more clothing that's like less revealing. Her outfit wasn't revealing like that, but in a way you got your girl wearing a short skirt, got a shirt off the side, got a shirt talking about got milk right by her breast. Come on, man. That was really, I mean, that was kind of, it was funny because she had wore like I think an outfit. No, it was like an outfit like Little House on the Prairie, and Michael and they would make fun of her because Claire, she's so klutz. She'll like fall down the she's she all type of stuff. You know what I'm saying? She's dumb in a way, and she's so clumsy. Like it had one thing where she will fall down the stairs, and when she get up, she's talking about, whoa, that gravity crazy, y'all. But Junior, he's dumber than her, but Junior sometimes has the smart moments. You got one episode where well, hold on, let me think. You got one episode where I believe the power went out. No, yeah, I think cause no, I think yeah, no, I'll get to that later. It was an episode where Michael accidentally taped over Katie's first steps. So he had got Franklin to help him out. It didn't really work out too good. And then like basically cause he had destroyed one tape cause it was watching all the old tapes where Junior got his his thing, he got his thing caught in the zipper, and then Claire, she always comes in falling, and then they recording that, and then when he destroyed the tape, no, Claire got mad, and so and Michael was telling like, hey Claire, you might well go ahead and destroy this tape, you know what I'm saying? She tried to break it, but she slipped, and then they all they were laughing, telling her, I got it on tape, you know what I'm saying? And then I think she went upstairs and I think she always falls going down the stairs, and when she was going upstairs, she tripped. And eventually, Michael, where he confessed, but it wasn't a big deal because of the fact that Jay already converted the tapes over to DVD. The earlier seasons, Jay was kind of, I don't know, fat. She was fat-ish. She was fat. I'm gonna say she was fat. And then like she left, and I mean I don't know if she was fat for real or she was wearing a fat suit. I think, and then like she came back, and man, she came back freaking. She wasn't fat no more. She was wearing like black. She was like a black They wasn't black pants. They were like black tie. I don't know. It's like they were black pants. I don't know. They're not pants, but they were black. She was black. Everything came back. Michael was like, oh my gosh. He had like a bucket of chicken. He sprayed it on the table, talking about you're gonna put it on the table with the chicken. We're gonna eat chicken. Do all that type of stuff. A lot of episodes. You got one episode where Junior he had his own car, but his car did not work that good. He had no chairs. He had no seats in it, and he had a lawn chair, and then he had like a little rope to be his seat belt, and then he ended up selling his car to the Who's, which it became like it was like an ongoing joke because people be like, who? And like, what am I gonna say how it goes? They'll be like, I sold my car to the Who. Who? You know who? They got a restaurant called Who. There was a restaurant called Who. Was it Who? Yeah, it's like that. It's an ongoing like a joke. You know what I'm saying? They're Chinese people. You know what I'm saying? Got his car back. There was another episode involving them where Jay opened up her own restaurant called Jay's Soul Kitchen. You know what I'm saying? And there was rivaling with the Who's. And basically, they both were doing things to sabotage each other. And then the last thing Calvin did, not my bad. The last thing that Michael did was use Calvin to go over there, gave him a whole bunch of money, and just have all you can eat to basically eat all their food. It eventually worked, and then they called truce. They also and then Annie Who, her husband came in talking about there was like another restaurant open up down the block, and they decided let's team up. You go get Calvin, empty out his stomach, and then go over there and mess up their restaurant. You got one episode where Calvin got kicked out the house. Jasmine kicked him out the house, and he was like he was eating all his stuff. It was like breakfast time, and Junior was sitting on the chair, and he came walking, and then he put his arm on Junior to you know what I'm saying? And he scared Junior, and he got up and ran, and then he had I don't know how many pancakes he had. They were like big pancakes, like 10 stacks of pancakes, and he squirted the whole thing of syrup all over the. Excuse me. And then he grabbed the whole. I don't know how he did it. he grabbed the whole thing of waffles and just started biting them down. Yeah. And he instead of using a napkin, instead of using it was funny because Michael made a joke. He was my AJ. Can you give him some more waffles? His stack is looking a little bit low. He was talking about. He said waffles was meat because they were made from the waffalo. That was crazy. And then he didn't even have he didn't even have like like something to wash his hands off. He used the tablecloth, like the little thing you put like on for you. Like each chair had their own little thing. He used that to wipe out his mouth. He ate Katie's crayons. He ate all that ice cream. Then eventually Michael was like, you know what? He helped out Calvin to try to apologize to Jasmine by like basically helping him out. And like every time he would do something wrong, he'll take a sip, just a little bit, and then but Michael ended up becoming really, really drunk, and that it helped out Calvin, but he started talking junk about Jay's mother, talking about her wig and all that stuff, talking about how does she have alopecia or something like that by her wig, and then Jay kicked him out, and then Michael he went over to stay with Calvin and Jasmine, but it didn't work because the thing that Michael told Calvin to say whenever Jasmine says something would be like say, is that right? You know what I'm saying? And he wasn't really listening to her. And it backfired on Michael because, you know what I'm saying, he kept saying that, like, is that right? You know what I'm saying? He didn't get those, you know what I'm saying, it was left out in the cold. They got one episode where they went to a restaurant. And this is like more of the earlier season when they went to the restaurant. It was like a 2-part episode. But before they went to the restaurant, Michael had an encounter with this bald-headed dude. It was because he took so long just to get gas. He did all types of stuff. He had the gas and then he went over there, got to wash his windshield. He took his time. Michael got mad at him. Well, they were arguing. The police came, told him, "Get in your cars and go." Then Jay had to go to a restaurant. And then when they met. Then when they went to the restaurant, all types of stuff happened. Well, he kicked Katie into the pond. She had like a little freaking whole, I don't know if it was a shirt or something. And like he complained how much it cost. Not the ballet. I think the ballet. He was smoking a cigarette in his car while watching the basketball game, and he ruined the score for Michael. So I think Michael Jordan scored like a record high point or something like that. And it was all types of stuff. You know what I'm saying? Where They eventually had to share a table together, Michael and that dude he was arguing with, and then every time Michael took a sip of his drink, the dude was like, woo! You know what I'm saying? He kept doing that. Had where they somewhat had a truce in the bathroom, but Michael got mad because that dude didn't wash his hands, and so it got to the point it started over again, and all that stuff. Michael had to pay. Old dude's food was free. But Michael had to pay, so he took the owner and threw him into the pool. In the little koi pond. A lot of episodes. A lot of episodes. You got like talking about the older episodes with like I think Junior had to deal with a bully, and Claire was cast as 2 people as well. This one chick, and then now you got the other chick, light skinned chick. She was dark, and the first Claire was dark skinned, and the new one was light skinned throughout the rest of the seasons. You got that one episode where I think Junior was dealing with a bully, and Claire ended up punching dude in the face, and Junior was like, Junior was like, why you guys gonna do that, man? Messing up my rope, you got me feeling like a punk, you know what I'm saying? Then eventually I think they had Michael go talk to his father and everything was okay, but Michael no. Michael was getting a confrontation with the dude's father, and then Michael was like, "Dad, calm down, man." You know what I'm saying? Both of the sons were like, "Calm down." You know what I'm saying? And then eventually everything was okay. I don't think Michael got punched in the eye. The season finale is when the season finale it wasn't actually a season finale, but the last episode they aired is when Jay made Michael go get a vasectomy because I guess they was not trying to have no more kids. And the whole time, like when he went to go do it, his doctor, his hand was all jumping all over the place. You know what I'm saying? Then he brought like his good hand, what you call his good hand, was like shaking a little bit. He burned his hand on the coffee, so his other hand was like jumping all over the place. And Michael was like, no way, no. You know what I'm saying? Then he did got a shave, But then he told Jay what happened, and then she like, ugh, she was like, I was about to have sex with you, and you still didn't get the vasectomy me. And then at the end, she told me that she was pregnant, and that was it. But I looked at it in a way is that throughout the whole season, throughout the whole series, I think they was having unprotected sex. So how is it? I mean, I understand how would this last episode become a problem? You know what I'm saying? I mean, I wish they did continue it to be like, they like I wish they continued the season where they after that episode they go home and Jay won't talk to him, be like, I'm all mad and stuff, and then kind of have her having another kid. You know what I'm saying? And then like at least 2 more seasons or so, and then finish it off. Truly finish it off. But that was it. You know what I'm saying? Junior had these 2 guys that was his friends, but they wasn't no good. Cause they had like a scam going on where Claire had a job at this retail store and had Junior buy clothes at discount price and then return them at full price. And then they conned Junior because the 2 dudes would take most of the money and Junior had basically nothing. You know what I'm saying? Because it was I think they had like $300 and basically we'll split it up and then everybody invest more money into the business, so we take that money and buy more clothes. And then Claire lost her job, and then Junior I think tried to get her job back, didn't work, and then I think Junior punishment was to wear the discount clothes with like girl high heels, shoes, and like a tight behind shirt. Oh yes, one of my favorite characters, Cat Williams as Bobby Shaw. The first episode when he appeared was they had a class reunion, and it was a forbidden move called the triple bye bye birdie, cause Bobby Shaw was like, you can't do triple bye bye birdie because the triple bye bye birdie is a myth. You can't do myth. That's a whole funny that's the really funny scene they had, a little exchange they had, you know what I'm saying? And then Michael ended up doing it. He doing a triple bye bye birdie, and then Bobby Shaw. They both had their own dance teams, and then Michael replaced one of his old teammates with Junior, which he was doing his crazy pop lock and stuff, and then again Michael won. Michael's friend Tony Flugel, he became like a transvestite cause he kept saying him and Tony was like this, and they both were guys, and then Tony was dressed as a girl, but it's, you know what I'm saying, it was kind of weird. But yeah, so for Michael won. Then other times Bobby he would Cat Williams was in the episodes where he was trying to win the lottery. He was trying to win the lottery, and you had where Michael was basically she tried to get Michael to join in with him, and he kept saying the number that he kept playing kept losing, not over and over and over and over and over. You know what I'm saying? But he said that he lost so many times that he's that close to winning. Then he eventually won, and then he eventually bought the company from Michael. But before that happened, Michael was going to sell his business to another company, but the owners of that company, they all went to jail and all stuff. And then the last dude killed himself, and then eventually Bobby bought the thing. And but before then, Bobby was like a UPS, because he had a scooter, and he called the horse to Cecily's. It was funny. It was funny because he would ride it and he bumped into the wall and all that type of stuff. And then Junior was petting it. He was like, what are you doing, boy? And he's like, don't be touching on my speed. And then at the end of the episode, he gave Junior a job. And then Junior had the same thing, but he called it, let's go, ubiquitous son of Cecily's. Another encounter is when Junior won a rap career, and then Bobby Shaw made a sign a contract, and then basically Junior couldn't get out of it because I think Bobby had entitled most of his money, something like that, and then basically had a rap battle where Michael had to help Junior get out of his contract. They had I think it was they each had I think 2 people. They had freaking Flavor Flav made an appearance, and I think another person. I mean, that was a funny episode, but out of those 3 appearances by Bobby Shaw, the first one, the dance thing, was the funniest. You got one episode where they went to go on I think like a camping trip. Yeah, it was like a camping trip, and like they had like a big I think like I forgot what you called it, but it was like not a van, it was like one of them big old trailer things, but I forgot they actually called it something. I forgot what they called, but basically they had Junior, not my bad, Michael and Clay, my bad, Michael and Jay had to sit and watch his presentation. They fell asleep. The dude came and woke up, gave him the keys, and then Michael had the whole family, including Vanessa and Franklin, all go with them. And let me not forget, the baby was born too. It was called Junior Junior. Yeah, where it's Michael Junior. He's Junior the third, but Michael Junior, Junior. He was the third, but they call him Junior Junior. But yeah, they had they had their whole trips, and then at the end, the freaking thing exploded because Michael didn't read the manual to the van, whatever you want to call it, RC, whatever, and he didn't read the thing exploded, so they were kind of stranded. Yeah. Well, let me see. I made a lot more episodes, but I think I might. They had one episode. Junior was supposed to graduate. No, my bad. Jay was going to graduate, and all type of stuff was all bad stuff was happening to her. With that like her gown got messed up because Claire, it was wet, so Claire had to make it dry. No, it was dry. No, she took it, left it outside, and then I think Junior took on. Wait a minute. One of them turned on the sprinklers and it got wet, and then so I think Junior had to make it dry. I think Claire did that. No, Junior did it. Sprinklers. It's either one. They both kind of messed up. But Junior gave her the wrong cream, and she had she either broke out or she had freaking bumps all over her face because the cream that Junior accidentally gave her was the cream for they put on dead people. And she got mad because she was thinking that Michael was trying to sabotage everything. Her eye, I think she got punched, not punched, I think she got hit in the eye by the door. Everything was going bad. They rode in Junior's car, but he left the top up, so all of them had like crazy hair. Even the baby hair was sticking up a little bit. But that was crazy. But I'm gonna end it right here. If you like the video, click that like button, leave a comment in the comment section below, share, and subscribe, and catch you guys later. Deuces.